Hey guys, Drift0r here. Today I'm playing Domination and I'm going to be using a couple of unusual weapon sets here. I'm going to be using the MPL to start with Lightweight, Marathon Pro, and Steady Aim Pro, mostly spraying. I got dual mags on this thing. I'm playing very, very aggressive, going right at him, trying to stun him. I'll knife that guy and then spray at his teammate here, get a double kill right off the bat, but Mr. M60 says, no sir, you cannot get a double kill. And Das Beast, for some reason, thought this was the map for him to use Scorpions and not me, so you'll see him running around using Scorpions. I think this is like a small open lobby. I have people in here playing with me from Twitter, if I'm not mistaken, and people sending me messages. I'm going to talk a little bit about the messages later, but this is one style of play that I normally do. It's very aggressive, very submachine gun oriented, and I kind of like to hip fire with steady aim just as sort of an extra handicap. And steady aim actually helps you aim down sight super fast after you're sprinting, but you need some sort of gun with dual mags on it, like a FAMAS dual mags, an MPL dual mags, or if you can handle the recoil, AK-74U dual mags. I wish the MP5 had dual mags, but unfortunately it does not, because I hate reloading slow. That gets me killed a lot. These M60 guys, I think there's two of them, or maybe there's one of them, but they tool on me really hard. They tear me up in the beginning. But back to classes here. If you're going to use a submachine gun spray class, I'm going to recommend the MPL because it has 2 more magazines per round. Well, that's if you're not going to be using the 74U or the MP5. You know, those are typically better. The most damage you're going to get is probably a rapid fire MP5 because the recoil is pretty reasonable and it does a lot of damage. But if you don't feel like using those weapons, if you want to shoot faster, you can go with one of these lower 30 instead of 40 damage weapons. And I usually use this one just because it has dual mags and it has 32 rounds in the magazine. So this is my preferred low damage spray and pray weapon. Dual CZ75s as always. I think I killed the guy right as he called his care package in. He didn't, I was like, is somebody coming for it? I'm just waiting for him to come after his care package to pick it up. I don't know if you guys do that, but when I see enemy care package, I don't ever run to just go get it. I always wait for them to run up and pick it up so that I can shoot him on the way. I'm going to get his partner here because he's kind of dumb. Miss all 8 rounds there like a total idiot and missed my first 2, and he guns me down again, or a different guy. They got these dual M60 bros back to back trying to tag team me. It gets really frustrating and they're killing me a lot, so maybe this isn't the best example of rushing tactics, but it is a good example of what to do when you're getting butt hurt. I just swapped to the M14 because I was sick of it. These guys are playing the long range game and I am not going to get a little assist right here. But they're playing very long range, they're not rushing, they're camping with M60s, they're using Ghost, Flak Jacket, stuff that I really can't deal with. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to use the M14 with a grip, and I believe I'm using the reflex sight. Yes, I know the red dot sight's just as good, and yes, I know that you can see a little bit more with it, but I just kind of like this one. This one has the right feel. If I'm aiming long range, the closedness of the reflex sight helps me focus a little bit better. And when I use the M14, I try not to use it like a spray gun. A lot of you are probably going to leave comments about my trigger finger being slow or trigger finger being weak, and yes, I can shoot the gun a lot faster than this, I just don't like to. When I think of an accuracy rifle like this, I don't think of I'm going to pretend I have a modded controller and shit out bullets as fast as possible, because that's not what this gun is made for. This gun is made, well, this right here, kind of close range, because it's a 2-shot drop at close range, and it has the exact same hip spread, like the little arrow box, as a submachine gun, so you can hip fire the ever-living shit out of this gun, but it's still not the best close range. What you want to do is get it a distance, and you want to go pop, 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 just in short little controllable bursts so that your sight resettles back on the person and you can drop them. And even at a really long range, unless you have a silencer on it, it's going to be a 2-hit kill. And at really, really long range, you're probably going to have to use 3 hits, but that's still not undoable. Look at this, 1, 2, and then, well, that guy got me because he can spray. That is the downside of the gun. You can't spray. A spray gun, you can just hold down the trigger and drag it left or right. This one, you have to know exactly when to shoot, and you can't screw it up. I screwed it up there. That's how it goes. But I end up tearing up people really, really bad with this gun, and if you use it, that's just kind of how I'd recommend it. Just keep your shots under control, keep them under aim. Don't pull the trigger faster than you can aim. That's just the way to do it. I'm kind of rambling right now, kind of going on. You're going to see me play a lot more campy than this, with this kind of weapon. It's not a submachine gun. You can't run in here, or at least I can't. I know some of you absolute hardasses can. I can't run up in there like I'm Rambo and spray people to death with this weapon. It just doesn't work. So if you're going to use the M14, I'm using it with Ghost so I can stay off radar. And I think I'm also using Ninja and Warlord here, just because I don't want to be on the radar. I don't want people to find me. I can't deal with a 1-to-1 gunfight. I can't deal with a spray gun in my face. I have to stay under control. I have to move in an unusual, like, anti-circular patterns. I can't run a route, and I need to stay up. Like, high ground is great for this, because I can just get these guys over here at C, stay out of the way, out of trouble, off the radar, and you can tear people up. It is technically camping. I mean, I guess it's camping, but you have to have campers. I'm not trying to be the douchebag ghost corner camper guy. I'm camping in this building very aggressively right now so that I can control it, so that I know they're going to spawn at sea, and I know that I can't kill them all at sea. That's not my goal. If they all spawn at sea, and I kill 1 or 2 of them each time they respawn or assist my team, that means that my team's going to outnumber them in every single engagement on the rest of the domination points, and that just helps me win. I like winning. I don't like losing. I'm not going to cry about it if I lose. Yeah, that guy just shot me in the face with an M14, which is also an excellent weapon. But the gameplay is getting a little bit boring. So I thought I'd tell you guys, I got my little invoice from machinima.com, and apparently If It Were Realistic was a pretty big hit. It did really, really well, and I've now got the money to finance, or I'm not going to be financing, it'll just be paying for it out of pocket, the bulk of this whole Fallout trip to California. So my money worries have been largely alleviated. I still have a lot of things coming up to pay for, like graduate school tuition and my wedding, which is going to be Victorian themed. I actually got fitted for tuxedos the other day. It was very unusual when you go to the tuxedo fitting place for the groomsmen and ushers and that sort of stuff. And here you have me, which apparently you guys say I kind of look like Napoleon Dynamite, and I know that I did that day because it was hot and my hair got all curly. And my best man is a large black guy, probably about 6'4", 6'5", former football player. He looks like the Hulk. My fiance, a petite Asian girl, and the other guy is an usher. He's I would say he's a little bit shorter than me and just about ginger with long hair, like art student. Well, he is an art student, so that's how he looks. We come up with like the odd group rolling up in there, and every single time we went to the counter, they didn't recognize us as a group. I would go up and they'd talk to me, and they'd talk to my fiance, oh, you're with him, and then they'd talk to my best man, oh, you're with them, and then they talk to the usher, which is the husband of my fiance's bridesmaid, the guy with the red hair, and they're like, oh, you're with that group. And we look over at this group, we're like, I think we are probably one Middle Eastern fellow away from having a complete rainbow over here, and we're all going to be wearing Victorian tuxedos and top hats and monocles and canes and being stately gentlemen with calling cards and all sorts of other things. Stupid rubber knife, why you no work? I really feel like I have a rubber knife, or maybe just like my dude misses, and I kind of pop somebody in the cheek with the handle, and he's like, ow, that hurt a little bit. Let me show you what a real knife does. He stabs me in the throat with it. So that's going to be fun. Got to pay for that a little bit. And I had an interesting story this morning. I got in the bed and went to sleep. Ozzy got in the bed and went to sleep, and he curled up with me under the blankets like he normally does, being a dirtbag, trying to push me off the bed. And I think I had some Mexican food last night, so I farted probably about 20 times under the covers. And Ozzy also had some of this with me. It probably shouldn't have fed it to him, so he was also farting. And my fiance came in a little bit later in the night to go to bed, and she pulled back the covers, and it was just like Satan's ass crack, unleashed, just absolute fart stench from the bowels of hell unleashed, and she just screamed, oh, what the fuck, like really loud, and it woke me up, and I was like, what, Jessica, is everything okay? Is there a tornado? Is the house on fire? And I was like, oh God, what is that smell? Jessica, what the fuck did you do? And she gets me, my wife screams, like, what the fuck did you do? That's your farting. And I was like, I didn't fart, it's the dog. He's like, no, you didn't, blah, 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 blah. And we argued, and that's kind of how I spent my night. I hope you enjoyed this commentary. Drift0r out.